Welcome to part 2 of my panel color mod. So you've seen the first part of going over the basics of the panels, and now we're going to go over the next tab. So this is the tab I think a lot of people are going to love. So this tab has 2 items that are prominent in the tab. It has, well, technically 3 items. It has light panels, well, there's 3 or 4 items, but the main gist is light panels, light bars, light covers, and supports. So the first thing we're going to go over is the thing that everyone's probably going to use in the mod is this. This is a light cover. So you just need a blue shard and a copper ingot. We'll craft one of these. Now, what is a light cover? A light cover allows you to place it on the panel. You can see it on the panel. And it's a light. So if I change the time, you can see it's emitting light. Now, what's the neat thing of these? Well, they work just like the panels. They work with the build hammer. Now you can see the hitbox is a little bit different than you would think it would be. You'll think it would be right on the panel. Well, the way I've designed these is so they can actually work very well with all the panels. So they work the same way as a hatchet. Now what I mean by that is, we grab one of these and one of these like that and take out the bottom one. Now, these have a unique property. You can see I placed it on the bottom. So now you've got a light panel on the bottom. We'll make another one. Or light cover. Make a couple of these. Well, now it's on the top. So these actually attach to what you want. Now, problem with this one, with the hitbox, to push it in there to get height, I had to put it on the ground. So the hitbox is actually in the ground here. So remember the ceiling ones, the hitbox is actually below the item because it's 4P looking up in the ceiling. And the same goes for these panels. Put it there. Put it there. And now you actually have a light source that can go on any of the panels. So you could have red and blue there, and I changed the time. And now you've got red and blue on both sides. Or down with this one. So these allow all the panels to have a pool actually be lights as well. So they're light covers, but that's just one element of this new part of the mod. With light covers, you've still got the light floor panels, the light wall panels, you've got the light bars, and you've got the light pillars, all the things from the mod. So you've still got all of these. These also work with the covers. You've got your poles, bars, your walls, and they all work with the block hammer, with the panel hammer, so you can still change all of them. So you don't need multiple recipes. But now, I've added even more. So people asked, and yes, you now have it. There are doors. And trapdoors. And they all work with the build hammer. So if you have some kind of futuristic building or skyscraper and you want fancy doors, you now have panel doors that are the light panels that are doors and trap doors. But that's not all added to the light section. We now also have supports. So what does that mean? Well, with supports, they are just another extra added feature to add just a little bit more fun to the mod. So they are triangles. And I know it's appears I'm real creative with that, but I just noticed I forgot to put an item in that we needed. I forgot that these actually need rope. So I'm just going to go into creative for this because I'm not trying to grab rope out. Search it, please. So this is a deco rope, and this is used to make mounted supports. Now these I love. These are one of my favourite things I made. So what are these? Well, let me actually place it properly on the wall so you can actually see what it is. So they're actually supports. So they actually have a couple of sets. You can just have a bar, you can have chains, chain with bar, and there's multiple sets. I'll put a picture on screen of how many different iterations that the support can actually do. And what these are actually for is so you can actually take a panel. So we'll take one of these colour panels, and now you can have a hanging sign. And that's where the next part of the video will actually come into, this section. So we've now got a new way of doing lighting, we've got supports and ways to hang stuff. But that's not all in the mod. Well, you'll have to wait for the next part to find out what's in there. So keep watching the playlist, and I'll see you in the next part when we go for sound panels and lamp panels. So I'll see you in part 3 with sound panels and lamp panels.